In light of this extreme heat that Haley just talked about, a Conserve alert remains in place for IID customers. The alert is issued whenever the electrical demand is high. So why is it important for everyone to conserve? I spoke today with IID's Public Information Officer, Robert Shetler. Robert, first off, tell us about this Conserve alert.
Yeah, well, thank you for the question on the Conserve alert. So what a Conserve alert is basically is something that somewhat mirrors the state of California's Flex alert, but it's our own to IID. So IID is part of the grid, but we have our own responsibility. And so what we're asking our customers to do in this heat wave, and that's what we've done, there's these heat waves, we generally issued Conserve alerts, and it is a voluntary request that we ask of our customers. If you can conserve, please conserve, and especially during the hours of 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. And well, why is that important? Now, that's important because that is the time of day when power use is at its highest, and that's also the time that we have to go out on the market and acquire the energy. So there's a certain amount of energy that we produce on our own, but because the demand in the summer is so high, we actually have to go on the market and we're subject to market prices. And so our only revenue is from the customer. And so if that cost goes up, we have to share it with our customers, and nobody likes increased rates. So if we can conserve, it helps keep that cost down. Plus, it helps maintain the stability of the system, if you will, because we have a lot of infrastructure, and when it's hot, things are running pretty fast and heavy there, and so there's a lot of stress on them. So if we can reduce energy, that helps out in many ways.
What are some ways that people can conserve power?
Yes, thank you. The conserve power, so basically we ask people to set their air conditioner to 78 or higher, and generally you can get by with that if you will use a ceiling fan or floor fan. Keep your doors and windows closed, pull the shades. Between 4 and 9 p.m. If you have an electric vehicle, please charge it during the day or after 9 p.m. Do the laundry also, not between 4 and 9 p.m. That type of thing you can send. So, you can save energy that way, and it does actually go a long way when everybody contributes.
Well, I've got you. What's the latest with the situation in the wake of the storms we recently had in terms of power poles and damage to equipment?
Yeah, so again, thank you for that question too, because Hurricane Hillary, or Tropical Storm Hillary, did a number on us. So we're an irrigation district and a power company. And so through the course of that weekend storm, we had about 12,000 or so customers who were at least at one point or another without power. Now, some were out without power longer than others. Myself, I think we're out for about 5 minutes. But in the Coachella Valley, we had a section there in the thermal area where we had about 22 residential customers out a week. And why was that? Well, high winds took down a transmission line. And this is a transmission line that's called an underbuilt. And what that means in electricity terms is it carries two lines. It carries a transmission line and it carries a distribution line. Transmission is the high amount of electricity that goes to lots of places. Distribution is what goes to your businesses and residents. So to repair a line that carries those two, it's more work and it's hard to get to, and these are remote locations. So that's why it took a while. But as far as restoration of the 12,000 people that were without power, most of them got power back on quickly. It was a week or so for the other 22 residential customers in the thermal area. But also the storm took out some high power transmission lines in addition to this one. So the one in thermal is the R line, but we had like 14 others throughout the valley that went down. And so what our team does is we reroute the power. It's a little complicated, but there's circuits and things like that. So instead of taking the energy on this circuit, we reroute it on another circuit that's operating. And so we're able to restore power even though we had all those lines down. So the status today is everybody is back up.
All right, Robert, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.